back to my channel. Thanks for hanging in there. It's been a minute. I have filmed videos, I just haven't edited videos, so there should be a few uploads prior to me posting this, since the last time I posted, which was before pretty much any of the holidays, come to think of it, which is frustrating, but honestly, like, life just happens, and I'm going to talk about it in this video. So this is my 32-week pregnancy update. I'm 32 weeks and 6 days, so almost 33 weeks. And I'm just gonna kind of give you guys like an overview of how things have changed. Oh, and my belly's just out. So this is my 33 week belly bump. The belly button is fully out. It's been out for a while though. My belly button popped really early. Anyway, so yeah, a lot has gone on, honestly. I'm gonna start off with how I'm feeling in general physically, and then we're gonna talk about like mentally, because I think that's probably been the most drastic change since the other pregnancy updates I have done up until this point. Up until now, I felt like very mentally like still myself. Recently, that has not always like, yeah, things have just changed. We'll get into it. So I'm feeling good, mostly. That has started to change a little bit within the last week, the last couple days. Up until now, I've felt pretty much totally fine. I've dealt with some back pain here and there, but it's nothing that has been too dramatic. Last week, I had to go to the hospital again because of a headache that made me just like throw up nonstop. As soon as the headache stopped, my throwing up stopped, which is what tells me that it was the headache that caused it. Basically, there's a couple things that it could be, because typically women do get headaches when they're pregnant. However, ones that result in vomiting and going to the emergency room are not typical. So the things that could be causing it is I have a pretty messed up back, so that I had like before I got pregnant, I had some like back issues. So what was suggested is that there's just something going on in my back, and it could be causing some neurological problems, just pain that could have triggered a headache bad enough to make me throw up. And so at first I was gonna go see a chiropractor to get x-rays on my back and see if I needed just a simple adjustment to help stop these headaches, because I have been getting headaches probably 3 or 4 times a week, just the one that was bad enough to send me to the doctor though. And so that was the first thing they brought up. And then the other thing is I got a spinal tap in 2016 that resulted in a dural tear, which a dural tear is a pretty rare thing. I think it affects like 10% of every patient who gets a spinal tap. But I got a dural tear, which is when basically there's a tear at the base of your spine where you got, or not the base, but there's a tear at the incision point from where the needle was in your spine, and you leak spinal fluid, which is only problematic because it makes the level of spinal fluid in your brain decrease, causing pressure on your brain because it's not floating, it's like banging around in there. And it causes these headaches that are the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. We'll see how childbirth compares to that. But you know you have a dural headache basically because you feel totally fine when you're laying down because your spinal fluid is level. Second you sit up, it drains out of your head and you feel like bruh. My head hurt so bad that I saw flashing white light. I threw up nonstop. It was really, really, really bad. So anyways, there's been a fair amount of swelling at the base of my spine, like right where my tailbone is, for probably the last 6 weeks. The doctor's been keeping an eye on it, but also my bad. I didn't mention to her. I don't know if it was pregnancy brain or just me being me, but I did not tell her about my spinal tap. I genuinely forgot about it. And then me and my Manny had been discussing whether or not I was going to get an epidural. And I was like, I wonder if the fact that I had an incident involving a needle in my spine, if that would affect in any way my ability to get an epidural. And he was like, yeah, you should probably ask. So I talked to them about that, and since there is swelling at the incision point, and it is pretty dramatic swelling, accompanied by a little bit of pain and the headaches, my doctor just feels that it coincides way too closely with all the symptoms from when I had the spinal tap. So now I'm going to see a specialist. I'm going to see a general surgeon. They were going to send me to a neurologist, but then my doctor just decided that a general surgeon would be better because we're not sure what's going on. So we'll start at this point and then move forward. So I'm going to see a general surgeon on Tuesday, and we'll see if any of this is in any way correlated. And during that specialist meeting, I will also meet with an anesthesiologist to see if I can get an epidural. Oh my God, my braid just broke. Sorry, my hair tie just broke, so we had to go through a hair change, which makes me look fat. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to discuss with an anesthesiologist whether or not I am able to get an epidural. If I'm not, then it's going to be C-section or natural birth, and that's just something that Manny and I will have to discuss and decide together with my doctor. So honestly, like, I'm not too worried about it, which sounds, I don't know. I know that sounds like, girl, you should probably be worrying. It sounds more dramatic, I feel like, than it is. Because overall, when I don't have the headache, I feel completely fine. Like, not even like regular pregnancy symptoms. I feel completely fine. My feet aren't even swollen. Nothing is wrong. Just like aches and pains from being pregnant and carrying around a big belly and gaining weight. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. That's like the main symptom is I do have really bad back pain now. But yeah, what other symptoms have I had recently? My hair has been really weird, but I feel like I mentioned that at the beginning of my pregnancy. The overall texture of it has changed, and I don't really know if it's ever going to go back to normal. It's really hard to like manage now. It never lays normal. It's just weird, but I guess that is what it is. Oh, the other thing is I've gained like 35 pounds already, which I wasn't going to mention on the internet, but you know what, at this point, I just don't really care. I gained weight for my baby, and actually, me and my doctor don't even know how I've gained this much weight, because I work so much that honestly, getting proper nutrition is very difficult, and I'm not saying like getting proper nutrition in terms of like, oh, I eat fast food all the time. No, getting proper nutrition in terms of doesn't eat. So basically, because I work so much, I have a hard time getting in 3 meals a day. And so most of the weight is actually water retention because I'm not eating or drinking enough, which we're working on. My doctor says baby looks great in all the ultrasound. She's on track with weight and life is good. It's just in general for me, the reason why I'm putting on weight, she's not 100% sure of. I'm not sure of. Whatever. I'm not concerned about it because I already know that I know how to live a healthy lifestyle. I am very into fitness. My mom's a nutritionalist. I grew up eating healthy. I eat healthy naturally. It's what I like. And so once she gets here, I'm not worried. And I don't feel like I should feel ashamed to tell the internet how much weight I've gained while creating a human. Plus, I still look bomb AF. So it doesn't matter. Whether you gain 20 pounds in your pregnancy or 80, you're beautiful. Look out for you and your health because everyone's journey is different. I know I was like summarizing this, but also it irritates me because sometimes people make me feel like, oh, like I don't look like I've gained that much weight. I know I don't, but some people on the internet have been like, wow, that's like a lot of weight to gain. And I see it commented on other people's pictures in pregnancy. And honestly, like, your body does so many just like weird things while you're pregnant that you are not in control of whatsoever. And every woman is so different that to comment stuff like that, I mean, I know it's the internet, so it's dumb to ever get mad about anything. I really do believe that. However, like for me, I'm just like, bruh, you're so dumb because like, for example, I've gained almost 40 pounds, but I work out every day. I still work. I'm on my feet all the time. When I eat, it's healthy. And I still gain 40 pounds. It is what it is. I'll probably gain almost 50 pounds by the time I'm done with this pregnancy. And it's pretty much 100% out of my control. And that's just like, obviously, if you're gaining like over 100 pounds in your pregnancy, there is something wrong, and you need to discuss that with your doctor and getting proper nutrition and taking care of yourself and your baby. But for most women, the amount of weight you do or do not gain, unless you're literally doing absolutely nothing to try and promote physical activity, is not up to you. It's up to this little nugget and how they process nutrition and how your body is coping with all the changes. And so, like, if you are not pregnant, if you are incapable of getting pregnant, if you, i.e. you're a man, or if you've never been pregnant, you don't get to formulate an opinion on a woman's weight or body or how she changes while she's pregnant. Because I had literally no concept of all the things my body would go through before I got pregnant. And like, it's crazy. It's literally freaking mind-boggling. Anyway, this video is already like 15 minutes and I haven't even talked about everything yet. So hope y'all got your coffee or your cocktail. What kind of moms are we being today? It's hard to put on shoes. Yeah, because like, you feel me? Putting on shoes is difficult now. I have cried about it. Okay. There's been a lot of tears this week. Part of it, I think, is hormonal. You can ask anyone in my life. I haven't really been the most hormonal pregnant woman. I've been really good. I think Manny would say the same, that overall, like, I felt good. I felt like myself. If anything, I've actually felt more like calm and serene since getting pregnant. My baby girl gives me just a sense of like peacefulness. That was definitely not really a part of my personality prior to getting pregnant. And for the most part, I don't flip out. I don't cry about things. But this week, it's almost just like I get triggered very easily. So things that are like I'm sensitive about in general, that not pregnant wouldn't make me cry. It would just kind of like hurt my heart, or I would feel it, but I'd keep it to myself. Now, like, it's a pretty much guarantee that I'm going to cry about it. If I'm stressed, I'm going to cry. It's rough. I don't cry in front of people. It's not like I can't control it, but it's just like I feel this overwhelming need to just like cry. And so sometimes I'll just like go to the bathroom at work and I'll just cry it out, and then I'll fix my face and I'll go back and I'll be fine. It's weird. So it was just difficult for a while. It was difficult for a little while where I just felt overwhelmed. I wanted to cry all the time. I felt misunderstood. I didn't want to cry because I didn't want people to ask me what was wrong, and then I'd have to explain to them, and then they wouldn't understand, and then I would get more upset. So yeah, the holidays this year were pretty rough. We were blessed to still get to be around Manny's family, so the holidays themselves were good and filled with like love and good vibes, you know. But around this season for us was just very difficult. Add to that the fact that we have to move somewhere around less than 2 weeks after my baby is born. It's just a lot. But I just needed time to learn how to take a deep breath. Because for a second there, I just wasn't sure. I felt unsure of myself and my plan and who I was and how I was gonna make things work for my family. And yeah, I think I'm saying all this just to say that, like, I know people say this all the time, but you don't know what people are going through. And so to just be gentle. It's hard, and it's okay that it's hard, but just be kind. Be kind when you're going through it. Be kind when you don't know what other people are going through. Just freaking chill, guys. So yeah, that's been happening, and that caused a lot of stress, but I think I actually handled it pretty well. We got through it really well. Manny is the most amazing, calm, put together human that has ever existed. So even amongst all this, he just still supported me and made me feel good, even though I felt like it should be the other way around. So yeah, that is my update. We're starting to make hospital bags and figuring out when to have my family fly out here. and a lot of exciting preparation for when baby girl gets here is happening. Otherwise, life is pretty much the same. I still work like 15 hours 4 days a week, and then I'm off 3 days, and when I'm off I just sleep and relax and try to not lose my sanity about everything relating to figuring out how to get ready for a newborn. So I feel like this was more like a life update than a pregnancy update, but this is my life at 33 weeks, and it's good. My life is good, but sometimes it's hard, and that's okay. It's okay. All right, I'm going to show you guys my belly from the side since you've been staring at it from the front this whole time, and then we're going to wrap this up. But all right, so this is my belly from the front. She's very round. And this is my belly from the side. Oof, girl. You making mommy big. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment video ideas down below. Hopefully in the next video, Manny's gonna participate. We're gonna do like our goals video. Besos.